any of these men any attention.
Alright, gang, make sure you like and subscribe. Part 2. Are men fed up with the modern woman? P.S. I don't believe this is the majority of women. 5 reasons why I get top tier treatment from men. In the video, this is what happening. Women are using multiple men for emotional support and income because that man is going to simp for that woman's life for sex and do whatever that woman says for sex. This is why you got to stay in your masculinity and constantly be on go at all times. The alpha isn't going to play mind games because or give up because, of a sex, or go out the way and become desperate because of sex. The alpha doesn't care about sex, okay? He can get sex anytime. And he's constantly in and out making plays. The more submissive man, the more desperate man, he doesn't get sex that much. So the woman gets more out of the more submissive man because he's not used to getting sex. He isn't used to being the dominant one and being in control and, just, knowing that sex is just sex, where he takes that woman out on dates, he buys her flowers, he's taking her shopping, and he even marries that woman. That woman just is going to divorce that man and take everything and milk that man of everything at the same time and then move on to the next man. This is what's constantly happening. You got to constantly be on go. You got to be in masculinity, and you got to be the dominant one in the relationship. That woman should always be constantly adjusting to your life and your approval of life. Gang.
My attention requires investment, okay? So I'm not just going to be hanging out with you every Friday. I'm not just going to be going to, your spots where you can show me off and show all your guys that you got me. No, my time requires investment. If you're not willing to help me out financially, I'm not going to be around. And that's just simple. And they can know that by day 1. Minimum day 2, and they should be knowing that.
And you gotta understand, if you're not beneficial to that woman, that more submissive man has to be beneficial to that woman in order to get sex out of that woman, and she might give that man sex. But he has to prove that he's beneficial to her and, invest 99% of his time and energy into that woman's life to prove that he's invested into that woman's life and sent for that woman and invest all his time and energy into that woman's life, where she's more a narcissist. And, you got to just keep on going ahead. You can't be investing your time 100% of your time into a woman's life. You should be investing your time into becoming the best version of yourself, investing your time into making plays and, starting businesses. And, to staying on the go, women will stop you from becoming the best version of yourself and investing into yourself. And she'll have you investing into her and sending for her and waiting for her approval, for a woman's approval, when time is constantly moving and that relationship isn't even going to last. Most of the time that relationship isn't going to last. She's just simply attached to that more submissive man because he's nice, and he's going to allow that woman to leash off of him because the fact that he's nice, and he's going to simp for that woman for emotional support and income, which makes that woman feel stronger because he needs sex. Gang.
All from...
Oh gosh. The issue with this is that because someone is giving you money or spending money on you does not mean that they are treating you right. And I think a lot of women might misconstrue or see this video and think, oh, if a man is not giving me money or paying for my nails or paying for all my stuff, then he must be a dusty loser. When in reality, a lot of the time, the men who are spending the most on you, taking you to the nicest places, making it seem like it's his investment, are doing this with so many other women too. So if that's something that this girl's okay with, if that's something that you're okay with, that's your thing. If you want to be a sugar baby, this is probably good advice. But if you're looking for something healthy and sustainable and a happy relationship, this is not good advice. Saying ways that I get men to treat me like a princess or ways I get the princess treatment from men, you all know from watching my red flags video that I would consider that to be quite a red flag, just as a statement in general. I tried to give the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes we title things and caption things in a way that garner attention. I get that as a creator. But if we're only considering princess treatment or someone treating you good to be based on a monetary factor, you're setting yourself up for disaster. And we do ourselves a huge disservice by doing this because, again, we should not be focusing on how much someone is spending on us, where they're taking us for dates, what they're buying us. All of that really means nothing, especially to a man who has money.
My husband needs to be making $650,000. $300,000? Like, I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted. $500,000? Is that bad?
$1 million, $2 million, $300K, 100, like 500 grand.
You girls know my channel's about manipulating men, taking money from them, playing them.
I went through the work of finding the house, of signing my own papers, and going through all the liability. I expect him to take care of the bills. I would expect for him to make over $70K, but also to pay the bills. Am I cooking?
Are you cooking every day? That's a no.
No, I'm not cooking every day.
Okay. Like, so what are you doing though if you paying all the bills?
I'm done. I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family.
Deserve to be somebody's wife.
$250,000. $200,000. The type of wedding you want, that's how much it costs. You're bugging the We're gonna invest that. My job as a man is to hold the household down, and she hasn't worked in years. So
you have no plans on getting married?
I have plans on let's go to City Hall.
I'm not a City Hall bitch!
It is a sickness.
A new study says the reason fewer people are getting married is because there's a shortage of, quote, economically attractive men.
Number 5, I make sure.
You gotta be the top tier at all times. You gotta be the best.